YouTube lovers and all, welcome back to another episode of the Movie Zone with me, your host Jonathan, aka the Doctor Movies, and of course now I get to continue off my Man of Steel stuff. Episode 2 basically meaning Superman 2. Alright, so basically Christopher Reeves is back and now he's got to deal with a new threat that's basically popped its head to Earth. You have General Zod. Now General Zod, he was obviously a general in Krypton. He was a soldier. He was kind of a dictator in a way. He wanted to rule Krypton in his own right. This is a different interpretation of him in this version. The one in Michael Shannon's version is a little bit different. So I'll talk about this one. This one is also directed by the same director from the first one. And this movie is awesome. I still enjoy watching the movie. Is it outdated still? A little bit. But the difference is the technology in this one is a little bit more advanced than what the first one was. Remember, the first one came out in 1978. This one, I believe, came out in I can't remember the top of my head. I'm probably getting this wrong. Probably 1980. Maybe, I'm not too sure. I have to go back and check that. But let me check it. Hold on. Because honestly, I haven't seen this movie forever. I have it on Blu-ray. They never tell you the dates. So yeah, I still contend that this is a great Superman movie. If you ever want to watch the director's cut of this, it's even better. Has like more extended scenes in here, and it's just incredible. Another thing about this movie that I really enjoy is the way that General Zod acted and was portrayed. Now, I'm probably going to butcher his name, but the actor who played him was Terrence Stump, I believe. Now, I apologize if I've got his name wrong. But I still think, even to this day, best General Zod we ever had. Michael Shannon, who's in Man of Steel, he's second. I mean, I wouldn't count the Smallville one. I mean, I liked the Smallville, person who played him, but, he wasn't like Terrence. He wasn't like him. He acted like a soldier, so he always stand up straight like this. He didn't, move like a bad guy too much. He moved like a soldier would move, like a general would move. He gave his orders to his two henchmen, the girl one, and of course that big one, that big guy, he never really spoke. He was just a muscle. And he gave his instructions, and when he goes to Earth, he basically tells Planet Earth, listen, you're under my control. I'm going to be taking over this thing. And he's like, and then everybody in the government, when they break into the White House, one of the coolest scenes, they break into the White House and they basically destroy the CIA, the military, they do all that, and then they find the president and they're like, oh, you're gonna have to kneel before me. And that's one of the most iconic scenes ever, him saying kneel before Zod, So to answer that question, when this movie was released, 1980. Okay, so I was kind of close. Alright. I think I said 82. Anyway. So basically, in the movie where General Zod is now, talking about how he wants to, take Earth to his wing in a way. These people, he sees, Earthlings using helicopters and, cars. And, he doesn't understand, he thinks they're savage creatures, basically, because he's more powerful than all of them. Because once they first get to Earth, they realize that the sun gives them their power, la 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 la, the whole story like that. And then, of course, you have Superman doing his own thing, but he's decided that, he's so in love with Lois that he decides he wants to become human. And basically, he takes Lois to the Fortress of Solitude, and he does something. He gets into a little glass box, and then they take away his powers so he can become human. But then Superman realized, eventually, as he's living his life, doing his thing, being with Lois, being happy, he notices that he's more vulnerable to get injured, like getting gunshot, getting beat up. He feels, helpless. He feels like a human for the first time, really feels the downfall of being a human. And then when he finally realized there's a huge threat happening, he decides, like, I need to get my powers back because this guy is coming out of nowhere and attacking everybody. And then, of course, you have General Zod. He meets the most opportunistic partner, and you have Gene Hackman returning as Lex Luthor, and he thinks like these guys can be the next gods among men, but if he keeps them in his back pocket, he can technically rule the earth his own way, because that's how Lex Luthor is. Lex Luthor has a sick mind that, oh, if these bad guys want to come destroy the earth, fine, go ahead, do it. But if you work with me, I can make you happen even faster. He only does it for himself. So Gene Hackman's like, listen, I can take you to the Superman, I can show you to his fortress, I can do this for you. And for a while, you see the General and his team, they go with them. They're like, no, this human is actually pretty smart for a human. They trust him for a little bit, and then, of course, eventually they're going to stab him in the back. Not kill him, of course, but basically treat him like the rest of the Earthlings, garbage, worthless. But overall, I really love Superman 2. I mean, there are moments in the movie that actually rock. The fight scene between Superman and Zod and his two friends are awesome. Is it outdated still? Yes, it is, but like I said, the visual effects on this one is a lot better than the first one was. It just levels it up a lot more. So what I really liked what Richard Donner did for this one, a lot better. So the specs were better. Like I said, if you watch it now, it's a little outdated. Even if you watch it on Blu-ray, it's a little outdated, but you can still enjoy it. It's still fun. There are moments in this movie I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. Why is this even a part of the movie? You got this one scene where, in the Fortress of Solitude, where Zod decides he wants to go there, and because Lex took him there, there's a scene where Superman gets like new tricks in a way, new powers or whatever it is. They never really explain it. Basically, he copies himself, like maybe mirrors himself, different mirrors of himself to, trick everybody, and out of nowhere, everybody else can do it too. It's just like way too weird for me. And another thing, like one of the big muscle bad guy, he doesn't really speak, tries to attack Superman, and Superman takes off the S off his chest and he throws it at him, and then it becomes like a web, like a trap. Where does Superman learn that? Those things that to me, I'm like, okay, this small things, but you know what? But what it was back in the day. Put it this way: these movies were the Tim Burton movies of Batman. You know what I mean? Back then, they were awesome. Of course, they had their cheesy moments, but yet they were still good. Because Superman 3 and 4, we haven't gotten to that because those are technically the Schumacher universe for Superman movies. But yeah, when I get to those, yeah, that's all gonna be painful to talk about. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. If it had its greatest from 0 to 10, I'll give it an 8. Great movie. I enjoy this movie. I still watch it once in a while. It's a fun movie. But yeah, it's just, like I said, I keep saying this, but yeah, I have to keep saying it because if you've never seen this movie and you want to watch it and you're wondering why the effects are so bad, this movie came out in 1980. The effects are going to be bad. But that shouldn't take that away from you because honestly, Christopher Reeve is even better in this movie than I in my opinion, than he was in the first one, But he's just great. He's Superman. He will always be Superman to everybody. So, yeah, there you go. So take that as a grain of salt. And if you want to see this movie, let me know what do you think about it, if you see it. And also, have you even seen this movie? Do you think this General Zod is better than, Michael Shannon's General Zod from Man of Steel, or vice versa? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, leave a message there if you want to. And subscribe. If you're not subscribed to me already, you should be. Give me some more subscribers, please. I need some. I'm just kidding. But yeah, let's talk about it, please. Because honestly, I think Superman 2 is a great film. If you want to watch the director's cut, it's even better. They actually have that. I think that's more easy to find on Blu-ray than the original one. But yeah, you should definitely check it out. So there you go. There's Superman 2. Stay tuned for Superman 3 and 4. And of course, Man of Steel. I still got those. Probably going to do this before I see Batman v Superman this weekend. Cannot wait. So let me know what you're thinking below. And I'll talk to you next time. Thank you and have a good day.